Prince Philip's catchphrase made up of 5 simple words will inspire the Queen to never take a step back from her royal duties, an expert has said. The Queen, who is Britain's longest-serving monarch, began her reign in June 1953, almost 6 years after she wed the Duke of Edinburgh in 1947. Their special relationship helped Her Majesty, who was said to have grown nervous before walking into a packed room with strangers, or when knowing she was the center of attention. Royal expert Duncan Larcombe says Philip's humor and knowing what to say to break up the tension is what helped her during royal duties and events. Writes OK. Prince Philip passed away in April earlier this year, after having spent several weeks in hospital for treatment in the spring. The Duke's funeral took place at St. George Chapel on the grounds of Windsor Castle shortly after, where the monarch was seen sitting on her own due to heartbreaking lockdown restrictions in place at the time. But there were 5 words, known as the Duke's catchphrase, that are said to have spurred the Queen on to continue with her duties, says Mr. Larcombe. This phrase also reveals how Her Majesty has no intentions to take a step back, exactly what Philip would have wanted to have seen. Mr. Larcombe added the catchphrase would have been, "Just get on with it." Prince Philip used to be the one who cracked the jokes. The Queen never got over her nerves at walking into a room full of strangers, knowing all eyes were resting upon her. So he was the warm-up man, and he prided himself on being able to get people laughing and break the ice within seconds. Although, as we know, some jokes tended to backfire. The Queen was later seen at the G7 Summit 2021, where she charmed prime ministers and world leaders, and in one hilarious moment she attempted to cut a cake with a ceremonial sword. Mr. Larcombe continued, but seeing the Queen doing his role as well as hers at the G7 Summit was very touching. It signaled that she was back in business and honoring the memory of her beloved Philip by just getting on with it. It's been a year like no other for the Queen, from the loss of her husband to heartache over Prince Harry. But Her Majesty has also had a lot of cause for celebration, including the birth of baby Lilibet. To mark what a year the Queen has had, OK Magazine is bringing you a limited edition collector's issue. Get your hands on it here. For the latest breaking news from the royal family and stories from the Daily Star, sign up for our newsletter by clicking here.